response been? Anybody you know seen the video, the first Ghetto Gagger scene?
Yes.
Yeah, what are they saying?
Some people say I'm nasty. Some people
Nasty like beat? Or
nasty like you let them spit on you and shit. Like,
yeah.
For real. Yeah.
So the brothers, how do they receive it?
But I don't really like it. Like,
Yeah.
Let that white man do that to you.
Exactly, right. Do that, put up your fist Black Power style. Go ahead. Come on, you can do it. There you go. Say, you, brothers. Come on.
Brother.
There you go. Atta girl. Give the white man a pound. Come on. Atta girl. Now we're making pull. Alright, so the brothers didn't like it. You know any white people?
You?
Yeah, well, I guess we're the only ones. I was going to ask how they received it, but we're the only white people.
Yesterday, Messy Matone Live put up this video entitled From Ghetto Gaggers to Homeless. And I clicked on the video and saw that Atlanta Street Interviews is the one responsible for this entire concept. And the name of their video was 31 When Kid, I've done adult films with major studios, danced in clubs, and still became homeless. And the lady here in the video is named Fat Cheeks, 31 years old, and she was actually on Ghetto Gaggers, amongst other adult films. And stop the show. Make sure you guys subscribe to Atlanta Street Interviews. They're almost at 100,000 subscribers. I want you guys to go subscribe, hit the bell. They do excellent work that nobody's doing on YouTube. So fast forward, Dima. So before I kind of get into this, I want to talk about something that's more important for me as an African American. How do some of these young black women end up on this path? And I have no real disrespect from the sister or have any mean things to say about her, but I want to get into her life story so that you can see how not having a father in her life put her on the path that she's on right now.
So, but what was it that caused you to become homeless though? I'm still confused.
The lifestyle, dancing, prostitution, and adult entertainment, porn.
So you've done all those?
Yeah, I've done pretty much a little bit of everything.
Okay, okay. Well, we're gonna talk about that. But I thought they made pretty good money. Like I thought dancers make pretty good money.
I think everybody has their up and downs in it. It depends on what you're doing with your money. I mean, every girl has a different story.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, all right. So we'll dive back into that. So, do you have any kids?
I have one. I have a son.
Okay, how old?
My son is 14 now.
14. Okay. Who does he live with?
Right now my aunt she's been in the picture since birth, so she's been my helping hand.
Okay, so she's kind of like, like y'all kind of mom together type
deal.
Okay.
That's what the thing.
Okay. And so, I mean, has he been living with her you say since birth?
Yes.
Okay, all right. And she lives here in the metro Atlanta area?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you live with her? Is it not possible for you to live with her?
It's best I do my own thing. We meet in the middle a little bit.
Okay, so I guess.
We meet in the middle.
I mean, and you, how old are you again? I'm sorry.
I'm 31.
31, right. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, you say 14 years old, right?
Yes, that's
so that means you had him when you was about 17?
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. So you was a young lady. And
yeah, mostly make sure he
out.
get through high school, make sure he has a normal life,
No, I get it. No doubt.
Most girls don't make, the right decision.
Well, I mean, or just don't have that auntie that's going to step up and, be that help, so. Well, kudos for that.
Don't have that avenue, let's say that.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so, have you ever been married?
No.
No? Okay. No. So let's start from the beginning. So, where you from?
I'm from Decatur.
You from the east side?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, man, shout out that dick, man. Shout out the whole east side all day, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Where behind Decatur you from?
Like Cantaloupe Road.
Cantaloupe Road, all the area?
Flat shows.
Flat shows. Okay. I ain't mad at it, man. So, all right, so growing up in Decatur, did you have both mom and dad in the household?
In the household, no, I had mostly my grandma and my dad.
Okay, where was mom?
My mom died when I was 9.
Okay, I'm sorry to hear about that. Was she not around prior to that?
Mostly, like I said, with my grandma. I kind of grew up with my grandmother.
So, I mean, I'm going to ask, growing up, did you ever wonder, why your mom wasn't more active and, why she wasn't there around more?
I mean, I watched my mom work job for job, and I watched her, some nights we would have to go with my grandmother. So we ended up mostly there with my grandmother. So I think that kind of.
So she lived there with you?
No.
Okay,
what I'm saying is we left our home and sometimes got dropped off at our grandmother's house.
Right.
So I'm watching my mom. She was a cook. I'm watching my mom work different jobs. So mostly we ended up, like I said, mostly over my grandmother's house.
Okay. And so, I mean, growing up, would you say you had, like, oh, by the way, do you have brothers and sisters?
I have one sister.
You have one sister? How old?
My sister's, 34?
Okay, so you're the younger sister.
Yes.
Okay, are y'all close, everything like that?
I wouldn't say close.
Why not?
We calling each other when needed.
Huh, okay, we might tap back into that. All right, so growing up, would you say you had like a fairly normal childhood?
I think I made myself grow up faster than I needed to. I did that myself.
Explain.
Actually things happened, like my mom died, and I found myself falling in the hands of older boys. So I wanted to smoke, I wanted to go out.
What age are we talking about?
17, 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, 17, that's when you had your baby, so
that's
you was probably before that, right?
Yeah, getting out, younger than that.
So see, guys, we can easily talk about, well, she's a 304, she's dusty, she's this, she's that. Let me say something. I'm not the kind of person to really want to shoot at this sister when she's having a tough time in her life. Again, I don't think she's somebody who hates black men or whatever. She's nice enough to tell about her story and let us know a personal part of her life. So I don't feel like being rude to her is the issue, because a lot of our people are going through some situations like this, and it's a breakdown of the family structure. See, the reality is, as a young woman, she's doing adult scenes. She's doing a lot of stuff just to make money and to survive. This is one of the ways she knows how to do it. And of course, with no particular parental guidance and no strong man in her life, she came across certain men. Obviously, they didn't love her. They didn't want her to be successful. And so now she's on this particular path. And that path led her down the way, despite the amount of money that she made, to being a single mom and being homeless. And this is something that we don't really want to talk about when it comes to black women, and why so many black women, not that they're homeless, but they're struggling. And that is because a lot of our women don't have a community, right? They don't have anybody helping them. They don't have any protection. And that don't mean that these women deserve it because they hate black men, or these women need to suffer, because a lot of these people they're just living the everyday life, man. They don't know a whole lot about the male female dynamics or whatever. I mean, whatever. They're just average people somewhere in the middle, right? And when I say to this, when we have so many women out here who are choosing to do what they want to do on their own, what we don't tell our women is that once it comes bad and can't nobody help them, and once they get to something like this where they get homeless or they get evicted, that don't nobody really care about them. And it's a breakdown, because we tell these women all the time, you don't need no man. You can do all bad by yourself. You can get it. You're a queen. And they start believing this to the point where they just can't handle it. And now the kid don't live with her. I believe the kid lives with the aunt. And the thing about this is that we got to understand, with stuff getting more expensive in the economy, especially cities like Atlanta, when you don't have a community around women, it's a dangerous thing. Women and children need a lot of help. I'm going to say it again. Women and children need a lot of help. I don't care how much feminism is in the game. Women are built to do what women do. Women like to nurture. Women like to organize. Women like to administrate. Women are not usually workhorses. It doesn't mean that they can't be, but that's typically not what most women are like to do. They don't take a whole lot of risks. They don't really want to work as much as men typically do. And they need help. Women work better in communities like that. And we're starting to see so many women fail because women need a lot of help and they don't have support. And a lot of our women are out here like this. They're struggling. They need help. Some of them don't come from homes where the financial decisions are there, or where rules are really there. Like she said in this whole entire interview, Aladdin Street interviews, she was going out, hanging out at 16, 17, doing whatever she wants to do. So once that woman becomes 31 years old and has a child, how is she able to dictate rules to the child? She don't have any infrastructure. And one of the things that communities bring, they bring rules of organization, they bring rules of engagement, how to do things, and they bring infrastructure. That's what we do, especially when you have men. And I don't care how much women want to go around it and say, you know, they don't need men, they don't need whatever. Women always do better in communities. Humans do better in communities. And we can't get around that. And it's the same that a woman like this is out there by herself. Again, I give her props. She didn't have to divulge all this information out there to us. She was on Ghetto Gaggers, and we all know what Ghetto Gaggers is. But to be fair to her, she did black porn. She did all of this. And again, it's not to make fun of her because we don't know how we don't really know what she went through, how she came up. I'm not here to bash her. But if this lady has somebody who cared about her and loved her in the right way, she wouldn't be out there like that. She would have the resources. Women need the right resources. It's not always money. This lady was making money, but when you don't have the self-esteem and the infrastructure to do something with the money, it doesn't matter. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate for all of you do Celebrity Bell. We're out.